gentlemen, we want to welcome y'all to the motherfucking Gr8 Mndz Podcast, Sound Minds Podcast. We ain't figured it out, but when we get it, we gonna let y'all know. But everybody go around, introductions. You already know I'm Phil. Vanguard, you might hear them go back and forth with the name, so just so you're not at a loss, you know who it is.
Paper Stacks, also known as Mike Mayo. You know, y'all don't get to know me as I get to know y'all. Along with the
That's
team.
a fact. That's a fact.
Facts. JAYWILLZ. That's it.
AKA Twins.
Word. That's people say Mexican Fab.
That's the I ever met, bro. I told him that's what I used to call him. Like, yo, this nigga fresh like Fab, bro.
Always, yeah, he always been fresh, motherfucker. And we gonna get into that later on in the podcast. But first and foremost, I'm gonna start it out with, rest in power to DMX. Played a pivotal role. Played a pivotal role with all of us. 914 to the death, till the casket dip. Pivotal role in hip hop. He was, he was top dog, big dog. 1-on-1 at a time when you could come with it. You know what I'm saying? You had to come with it. And it's crazy because Rock, my brother, pointed out the fact that he outsold Jay in his prime in 98. So when you think of a feat like that, your man dropped 2 albums in 1 year and went platinum, multi-platinum on both of them in 1 calendar year. 1 calendar year. And I met him one time. It was all love. You know what I'm saying? It was a fan moment, but he was definitely, reachable in the hood. You could definitely chop it up with him, have a conversation. I can't wait. I would love to get Rock on, see if we could try to get him on to tell his DMX story, because his shit is hilarious. And I hope he got a little bit of, you know what I mean? Some liquor in his system.
Where he at?
He in Florida right now.
Oh, yeah, I forgot he's still out there.
We might be able to get him to chime in. Now, what were you saying, Pete?
No, I was saying DMX is my favorite artist. I got a crazy DMX story too from the Crest. Like literally, one day I'm in Rock crib, Mama Rock, not Brother Rock. Yeah, just chilling in the crib. Knock on the door, I open it. It's fucking DMX. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, it was good. Yeah, it's good. Like, Rocket. I'm like, nah, she went down the block. She'll be right. Like, all right, you just sit down on some pound. I'm like, oh shit. This is the nigga I was bumping since I was like, nah, this is crazy.
He was almost starstruck. Like, yo, I can't believe this nigga right here, right now.
Word. I actually ended up taking care of his puppies because Black had his puppies. They left them shits in the crib. So that's crazy. That's my favorite artist. Slippin' is literally one of the songs that like embody my life story. You know what I'm saying? So I really, that's like when I play that Tears for and shit, like he made that kind of music. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. I definitely could speak to that as well. Like, nobody makes better pain music than X, yo.
Word.
There's cats that did it and, that dabbled in it, and I've always kind of gravitated toward that sort of pain hip hop with a little bit of flashiness. X had it both. Like, he was smooth, but he was gritty with it.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? He let you us, and he loved the women, so it was like the perfect combination.
Say the game is being played. How's it going down?
Going down. But Flippin' is one of those songs that's always going to be near and dear in my heart. But
I got to
tell everybody, man. Go ahead, fam.
Right, it was on when Barker, he was with Dre and shit. He came with the caddy with the spinners on it.
On the caddy?
Yeah, like when the spinners first came out.
That nigga had his car game was ridiculous.
Yeah.
His car game was ridiculous.
He was like, this ain't nothing.
A lot of cats know, I gotta say this too, because everybody know him from being from Yonkers, but cats don't realize that he was living up top. So that's how we have all these tangible stories with seeing him around the way. Like, he was Dave Nigga Pound. Like, you could see X out wherever he was at, and it always was
love.
Always was love. You know what I'm saying? I was like, sitting one time, like, yo, X, I said, yo, that's a nigga right there. And I was like, yo, you couldn't tell me nothing. But oh man, really good soul, man. I ain't gonna sit here and act like I know the dude's super crazy personally, but when you see somebody and you watch enough video and you see how motherfuckers just light up when they come around, you know that person was a special individual. And they always brought that good energy with them wherever they was at. Like your grandmother know DMX. I know mine do. You know what I'm saying? My mom loved him to death. She was like, yo, he could pray. I was like, yo, yeah, you're right. So now anytime I see the videos of, showing him praying or whatever, I always send that to Mom Dukes. But y'all make sure y'all stream his music consistently, let's say for a week straight. You know what I'm saying? Get them proceeds to the family. And that kind of wasn't they saying that Jay and Beyonce was trying to purchase his masters? Yeah. I don't know the validity of that. But
yeah, I don't know. Multiple sources I checked on it. I don't know. Some saying it's true, some saying it's false, but they saying his masters altogether cost $10 million. So they was gonna buy that and give the proceeds to his children.
That'd be dope.
Jay-Z been doing shit like that as far as like buying lawyers and shit.
That's what I'm saying.
That's possible.
It's not far fetched. It's not something that's far fetched.
Definitely not.
Well, hopefully, that comes to fruition.
Or that'd be dope.
But
all the kids.
Other news y'all keep. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So prayers out. Love, respect to the family and all the fans around the world. Everybody felt. This is one that everybody felt. You know what I'm saying? So, other news. Prayers up for Black Rob.
Yes, sir.
Some video footage earlier in the week. He didn't look like he was doing well, and that kind of, that and thinking about a conversation that Styles P put out on his page one time. And I wanted to, pose this question to y'all. Do y'all think, hip hop entertainment should have a union or, somewhere they could go to have medical benefits so you don't see some of these legends in, poor conditions in the later years, you know what I'm saying? After the stardom has kind of, died down a little bit, even though they've generated millions upon millions of dollars for these, these companies, these dudes get out the limelight a little bit and it's like they're just forgotten about. So I personally think
they should have something.
Think that absolutely some sort of medical fund, something, or they need some sort of legal
no matter how much money
whatever.
Everybody got to fall back on something.
A union would make sense because if everybody moves as a conglomerate, and they just had a certain amount of accountants, people that just put certain money to the side for them as they make it.
But you know what I'm saying? You make all the heads of all these companies, corporations put that bread in, and then it's like a fund for a lot of these entertainers. That's why you don't have to see a lot of these dudes doing bad. Like,
yeah, definitely. No, they definitely need something like that.
In my humble opinion.
They definitely need something.
The older rappers didn't even make as much money as these newer ones, so they're even worse off. They the forefathers.
That's what I'm saying.
Stories about them struggling. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
That shit was happening in sports and all that until they started getting, the players associations and all this stuff. It was happening in basketball, it was happening in football, but now it's like, they're getting that long-term care that they need in the long run. I don't see why, it shouldn't, take place.
Yeah, in the music. Yeah.
But that's a fact. That's a fact. Speaking of music, any of y'all good brothers seen y'all seen Kid Cudi performing in a dress?
Nah.
I saw the picture.
They said he tried to do. Hold up, yeah. They said he tried to I guess pay homage or pay tribute to Kurt Cobain, who performed in a dress one time, which was the lead singer or member of Nirvana that killed himself in the 90s, or they said he killed himself, or there's speculation around it, but for all intents and purposes, they said he killed himself. But don't get me started. I be on my conspiracy shit. They gonna flag this shit before it even get up and pop.
He was definitely a woke dude. Kurt Cobain was a woke dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They love him. Rock star for real. He was a rock star for real.
But I think that was a negative move and part of the overall scheme of how they always paint the picture, like in order to reach a certain plateau, a black man has to put on a dress or do some type of cool shit. And it falls right into that stigma, which always magically seems to happen. You know, it's not a coincidence when it's constantly being shown. So it's like,
that's a fact. There's definitely,
did he wear a dress too?
Think about how many Martin, the only one I really know.
Kanye, Mos Def, for Jamie Foxx, Kevin Hart.
Yeah, nah, they're wilding.
And you know, I feel like the list goes on.
Yeah.
It's gonna always go on to, you know, but I definitely feel like there's some sort of emasculation, you know, of black men and men of color in Hollywood. Oh, Tyler Perry. I don't know if you mentioned that name too.
Yeah.
But this kind of also comes, I feel like it could have been not even just clout chasing. He could have tried to strike while the iron's hot. You know, he been away from music for a little bit. Your man been out here in dresses and giving the devil a lap dance and all this other shit. So
yeah, he's just trying to get his name heard again.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, let me bring that shock value to it. I don't co-sign it. I think it's weirdo shit. That's just real shit. You know, I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing about that. I feel like even if you weren't pressured into doing it to, you know, set these negative stereotypes or set this narrative that, you know, black men are being emasculated, I just think it was fucking corny. So that's just me. But also, what's his name? Travis Barker was out in sundresses with his daughter and his shorty, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, that's weirdo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, you know, it's a lot of Hollywood shit going on. So
yeah, that's some other shit.
That's how you. Nah, that's crazy.
Just in fashion in general, Kanye hit $6 billion in net worth. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, Forbes listed it. No, Forbes didn't list it. I think Forbes tried to audit it.
Yeah, Forbes said that's not. It's more like 1.3 billion.
Who, for Kanye?
Yeah, but
yeah,
who knows the validity?
They don't want to give him his flowers. That's why.
That's what I feel like too.
Gap said that based off the automatic projection of him, what he did with Adidas and then signing with Gap again and being on the board. That's what he's projected.
Yeah, there was a new article that just came out that his sneakers surpassed Jordan for the most what you call it?
Yeah, niggas is fine.
Really? Yo, that's crazy. When you think about it in the scale of,
he said it too.
Yo, yeah, he predicted it. But when you put it in the realm of people was getting killed for Jordans.
Facts.
Yeah, that's true.
It was getting killed for Jays out here. Like you could really, there was a point in the 90s where you could die. You know what I'm saying, over some shoes. Now it's like, you know, the resale game is crazy. These dudes are becoming 6-figure cats just off flipping kicks. I respect the hustle. I respect the hustle.
220, 225, but the resale is like $4.
Yeah, crazy.
I'm not paying no 500 for no J's.
I'm not gonna lie. I respect the hustle, but the resale culture definitely created that supply and demand market and driving the price up. Because I know y'all remember, and we might be dating ourselves a little bit, but we ain't that damn old. I remember you used to be able to pull up at the mall, get whatever kicks you was looking for, get your fit, and be out Saturday night at the party, at the house party, at wherever you was at, club lounge, whatever it was. Now, you got to really put some thought into it. You got to buy bots, so you got to have some niggas, you know, that doing some things, you know, pieces is hitting so you can get what you need to get. But, you know, I don't know. It is what it is.
Different ball game.
I respect the hustle and I respect the entrepreneurial spirit though.
Yeah, but not. Ain't no Jay selling for $500.
Speaking of entrepreneurship, let's get to the businesses that we entail.
Get to the bag.
To the bag.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
So, Jay, my brother, let's talk about you, man. I see you doing your thing. Just dropped the short sets for the Rags to Riches. Just speaking.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Tell him about yourself, bro. You know, I wanted you to come on here. We're giving flowers out, man. So,
yeah, appreciate it.
No doubt.
Or so what you want to know?
Just how you started, what inspired Rags to Riches, and what's your goal? Where do you see yourself, going with the company?
And give them your give them your social media information too, so they can follow, do all that good stuff.
Or social media is Rags to Riches _apparel LLC. Oh shit.
You got?
Yeah, I'm trying to fit this up. There we go. All right, so it's Rags to Riches _apparel LLC. How it came about? I always wanted to start it, but just never had the time, the kids and everything, job, pandemic hit. I was like, what perfect time to start now,
Word.
So I just, put everything in it, and
that's a fact.
Shit been doing
I remember
good.
us having that convo in Mexico.
Huh?
I remember us kind of briefly having convos like that in Mexico.
Yeah. I always, wanted to do it, but just never, like I said, had the time. And then had the time to just put my foot on the pedal, never look back.
So, you think the hardest part was getting started in your business?
What happened?
You think the hardest part was just taking that leap of faith and getting started?
Yeah, it's that and trying to find the right name, the logo,
just the brand.
What people are looking for, what lane you're trying to go in,
I mean,
because you got to cater to your audience,
The shit is fly. I wear this shit all the time. Yeah, you do got to cater to the audience.
Word. Appreciate it.
No doubt.
So as far as so for the people who don't know, they're trying to start a business, break down like how you started, and how other people can get started. Like just give them kind of like a layout of God.
But first, you gotta get your LLC, all that paperwork ready, your EIN or whatever that shit's called. Everything gets straightened out, and then once you have all that, then you just come up with a name, your logo, and just get the ball rolling. Never look back. Once you start doubting yourself, then you're just not gonna.
I feel like that's the biggest obstacle is getting over the self-doubt.
Yeah, it's like what if
absolutely.
Think like that, it's not gonna take off how you want it. You gotta see it before you do it.
You got it. Absolutely.
Keep pushing through.
That's it.
And just for what's out there, everybody on this podcast right now is entrepreneurs in their own right. I've known these men for years. We've always had entrepreneurial spirits, always been on the grind. And it just, comes down to, like you said, planning ahead and getting started, getting the ball rolling. So if you got an idea out there, map it out, budget for it, work towards it, and then just make it happen. And, try to hone in on your craft. Don't half step with it,
Yeah. You got to put 100% in everything you do.
That's a fact.
Definitely.
But you got some new merch about to drop?
Yeah, I just dropped some short sets. Got the off-whites, the black and slime green.
Black and slime green.
Yeah, and some Team USA shits.
Okay.
Yeah, that's for right now. As soon as it get more hot,
Yeah.
I'm gonna light the street up.
I look forward to it, bro.
We're about to have some hats, some fitted hats.
You already see it. And I had this on before I even was like, yo, let me tap in with Twin and see what's going on. Let's try to. I already had.
Yeah, the last episode.
This on. When I hit you, I was quick.
Word, I'm not gonna lie.
I was putting some gas in the whip when I hit you.
I'm not gonna lie, even though it's my shit, that's my favorite. That's my favorite hoodie.
This joint right here.
Hell yeah,
this shit is tough. I'm not gonna hold you. I was at the barber shop. I was getting a cut by Juice. Shout out to Juice, the barber, White Plains. I'm getting the cut from Juice. Kills is there. See Kills, I give Kills a pound. I'm like, oh, that's the new Rag the Riches shit. He like, yeah, baby, you know how this is. I'm like, yeah. Yo, twin, I need that new black set. ASAP.
Oh, he had it on too?
He had it on in the barber shop.
Yeah.
That was my first time saying it. But Pay, give him a little background on your entrepreneurial experience.
I don't know. I always try to just have my hand in multiple pots. We currently started doing this podcast. This is one of the lanes we're doing as far as trying to build this.
Absolutely.
I started my own label, King's Music. Keep inventing new goals, keep investing in new growth. Working on my album, Domestic Foreign.
Waiting for that.
It's my lifestyle brand, Elite and Visionary, Evolution Life Tackling Every Day.
Wait, run that back. Run that back. I know what it is. Let them know what it is. One more time. Elite and Visionary.
Elite and Visionary. Just set to have the highest set, like Jay touched on earlier. You got to see it. You got to have a vision before you even start. But you got to be elite with it. And the acronym for elite is Evolution Lies and Tackling Every Day. So every day you got to wake up and chase that dream. And that's what the brand stands for. So
Evolution Lies and Tackling Every Day.
I'm in the process of building a website right now. So I'm just working on that website right now. It's like a lifestyle brand. So we'll change that into music. What's good with you, though, man?
Chilling, man. You know, men's, skincare, body butter, beard balm, beard oil, 21st of September, named after my daughter. Every product that, we come out with is named after a characteristic that I feel a man should possess. So, beard balm is perseverance because you got to be in it for the long game. You got to have that stamina if you're trying to, make it to the promised land, so to speak. So, just out here trying to get it. The podcast, I'm extremely excited about getting this up and going because not for nothing, we're some dope ass niggas. And I don't think we get enough opportunity to sit here and talk about it and sit back and talk about shit. Let other people see it. Because if we don't tell our story, then who the fuck will? You know what I'm saying? So we all got interesting perspectives to, the yield. So why not? You know what I'm saying? We all got plenty of things we've been through in life that we could, shed light on.
We've been having a lot of deep conversations and thought-provoking things that I think other people would be enlightened by or just open a conversation to a lot of things we talk about. So this podcast is going to be crazy because a lot of stuff we talk about
is real.
It's real, spiritual, or elevating something you can gravitate towards and grab gems from. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what too? It gives an opportunity to be seen and heard in another light outside of your intimate circle that knows you. They, they know the pros, they know the cons, they know the strong suits, they know the interests that other people might not know about. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, my niggas is dope. So why not let's, have a platform for it. And, but for me, it's bulletproof love always, man. Love y'all niggas.
Love you too, bro.
Salud.
Have y'all been following the George Floyd trial?
I've been seeing updates of it, but I haven't been following it as intently as I should. And that's honestly speaking.
Yeah.
But in the same breath, what I've noticed, it's been being marketed to the public as the George Floyd trial. When it's the Derek Chauvin murder trial.
Yeah,
George Floyd ain't on trial, but a lot of it, they talk about his history and all this stuff. Like, that's not what's up for grabs. I did see that the defense attorney said, and I'm trying to make sure I don't misquote her, that George Floyd died of intoxication from marijuana.
Yeah, they try to play audio saying he said I ate the drugs.
Like the knee to the neck didn't like.
The person
that was a murder in plain sight.
The person who was recording that was literally saying, "That's a blood choke."
On live camera.
Breathe. He just kept saying, "I can't breathe," calling for his mom. Dude said, "Yo, that's a blood choke. You can't breathe like that."
Yeah.
Literally, dude just looked at him. There's no way, bro. Health problems are not in a situation like that. That's impossible.
And we've seen this.
And he's assassinating the character of a dead man, bro, who was murdered. That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's not the newest tactic.
Now, if a cop was to get killed, we'll get life.
Oh, without question. Until, and I want to say this as on point as I can. Until we have an honest conversation as a country and police learn how to deal with people of color and people of color know how to operate with the police, we're going to have cops dying and we're going to have Black people dying and people of color dying until we figure something out. Because what is out there now, the standard, the what we're measuring as, the bar for it to be, this is how we should operate. This should be procedure. That's not working. It's not working. It needs to be revamped. And I think, we really need to look into that from like a legislative standpoint. And I say that from somebody, I say that as somebody that's, firsthand with it. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay.
Who we got tapping in? Ladies and gentlemen.
Floors, where he at?
He probably trying to
fresh off the clear port.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where he at though. I saw he entered the.
He put the
Okay. It's good.
Play your audio. It says join in with audio. Use your Wi-Fi. Pardon us while we get the technical difficulties working. You can hear us? Mic check 1 2. What is this?
Santana's back to business.
Hey.
Ooh.
Yep. You gotta cut your audio on. Go on your settings. Cut the audio on. Text him on the style.
Yo, Vanguard, you can see him?
I can see Floss.
Yeah, I can see him too.
I only see whoever's talking.
You can't see him? Type it so you can see the whole meeting.
Yeah, if you swipe it, you can see like the Brady Bunch.
Yep. All that fixing your face, your audio better work, motherfucker.
We can't hear you.
It's the not the dial joint. Use your Wi-Fi or your cellular data. This nigga need an assistant. You being remedial right now. You coming in? Can you hear me?
You can hear me
now, nigga?
Oh yeah.
I was about to say this nigga need an assistant. He remedial right now when it comes to connecting the audio.
Nah, I'm about to
fresh out the clear port.
Pressing the export and all that.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Been like this. World tour though. Where y'all at? Y'all got me feeling like Mal and Rory right now. Y'all niggas doing podcasts without me?
Nigga, we had to tap in with you. You out of town.
Oh yeah, listen.
You know what? I ain't gonna put you on blast. I was gonna say you probably got some coochie juice on your lip, but we ain't gonna do you like that.
The boss, long time. Ben's out here too. I want y'all.
Oh, y'all gonna see us going at it on the podcast. That's my brother, so
man,
y'all just gonna have to understand it.
Let me tell you from a first-hand account, that's gonna be crazy. I can't wait.
It's all love, though. It's all love, though.
So you got coochie juice on your
How's
lip.
Florida treating you, though?
Nah.
It's all right?
Come on, man. You know the boss Dawn does what the boss Dawn does.
Oh,
Very nice. Very nice. You know what I mean? I proposed this week and I meant to tell y'all.
This first and foremost, this nigga's lying. You hit this
Sober?
joint yet?
I proposed.
Hey, you don't fucking no vodka.
Nah, we don't drink no vodka.
I know it.
I don't care if it's puffs. No puffs. He gotta send that other stuff over.
Oh, you know why I wanted to tap in with you? Do us a favor before you hit that. Tell us your ex story.
Who's that?
Tell us. Nah, motherfucking DMX, not your ex, not my ex.
I was about to log on.
I don't want to. He said I was about to log on.
He's about to jump in the bed.
Oh, the dog story. So one of the first time I met Dog, we were sitting in the allegedly we were sitting in a trap somewhere. And
If you was in the crest, say you was in the crest.
I wasn't in the crest exactly. Ain't nobody getting indicted on this. We were somewhere with some people, but DMX pulled up. He had the 6'4" Impala with a Leo on him. I can't even take my mask on. I'm next to 6,000 people. So he got a Leo with him. I mean, on the joint. So I'm like, oh shit, dog. He come over. He hit the curve on the dark side on 2 wheels. Y'all know how tight that is going up top. He on 2 wheels. He comes, leave the shit leaning on 2, hop out. He hop out with 2 open bottles of liquor. He got the Remy and the Louis 13. If I'm lying, I'm flying. So he dap up Flock. He was coming to see Flock. So he's like, yo, what up, B? Boom. You know what I mean? I'm a young gun. I'm sitting there, lighting some loud or whatever. I'm sitting there. He like, Tony, that smell fire, yo. Like, let me hit that. I'm like, oh shit, you must want to hit that out. So I'm like, all right, bet here. Pass it to my, you know, it's that perk that used to come in the jar. Y'all might not know about that. I don't know if y'all was outside. Perk used to come in the jar with the lavender.
Purple City.
So boom, we burning it. I ain't gonna lie, I got this big, I got like a 40 caliber on me. Young idiot. I'm like 15, 16. I should go young idiot. So I see him keep looking at my jeans. So I'm like, he shake his head like, yeah, like a smile, start laughing. So boom, I look over, his whole shirt is just bulging to the right. I'm looking like, oh, he got a bigger gun, the biggest gun I ever fucking seen in my life. Today, I don't know what it was. The handle on it was crazy. He might have been handgun, shotgun or something. Because the handle on it was crazy. It was mad big. He just laughing at the L. So boom, he chilled for like 45 minutes. Just talking shit, laughing at us, joking with us. He's like, yo, y'all want some hashish? Like, hell yeah, I've never had hashish. I'm gassing it, capping. Like, yeah, let me get some. You got that fire? He's like, yeah. He's like, all right, bet. He's like, yo, shit's super sticky. I can't rip it. It's so sticky, he can't rip it. The nigga bites it off with his mouth. Goes into my man like, yo, you gotta split that. I'm be out. Y'all want some more Remy? Hit the Remy. That's the only time I ever had Louis 13. So cap.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like, Louis 13 is crazy. Nigga in the hood drinking Louis the 13th, Remy Ma with DMX.
Look, fly like, yo, let me get some.
Word to mommy.
Look, Flock throw the 13, Louis 13 in the Poland Spring bottle.
Flock ain't shit for that. He's supposed to leave that shit in the bottle.
So boom, dog left with the rest of the bottle and left us, I think it was like a half bottle of Remy. 13. So yeah, he sped off. He was ill, man. Dog was ill. Stood there, he got me to joke with her.
That's what I'm saying.
He the illest. That's a fact.
That's a fact. I was saying how you pointed out to me that he outsold Jay-Z in his prime. And that, you got to remember when he dropped that 9/8 summer, everybody came out then. Everybody came out in 9/8. Think about everybody that dropped, man. Hove, and
you got to think about what Hove it is. So you get reasonable doubt 9.6.
You got
value
vintage holes.
But the 9.7, they're not rocking with him. He took all them Puff Daddy and Stevie J beats. Volume 1's not his best.
Sunshine and shit like that.
Gold. First of all, hold on. You know, now I'm gonna come to defense of Hov on this. Not that he because he didn't outsell X, but we're not gonna act like Volume 1 didn't have bangers on it. Where I'm from,
you know what I'm saying?
He
goes from selling 600,000 to selling 4 million on Hard Knock Life in '98. Dog comes out, kills him with Darkman. What's this?
With Dark and Hell's Hot.
Dark as Hell is Hot. Then comes back and Question My Flesh.
Well, my blood. Goody to get that shit.
6 months
I
later.
remember that shit too.
But today, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Hard Knock Life is Hov's biggest record. And Dog beat him out twice. Same year. Monsters. 70 million sold.
I think that's why Dog called him out on the verses, because Dog was like, man, I did it to you twice.
Yeah.
He called him out on the verses, Hov ain't respond. That would have been a crazy verses.
It's that Big L. Yeah. It's that Big L got on all the footage from the Hov and DMX battle. In the pool hall in the Bronx.
Oh, in the pool hall. They said they vaulted that though. They said like that should have never come out unless you was there or you somebody that got footage of it. You'll never see that shit. But the folklore, the urban legend is that X. They said X ate him. Like they said them niggas met up because they said, you know, it's funny because they talk about it on, I want to say that's backstage. They talk about how X was that dude in Yonkers, Hov was that dude in Brooklyn. So they said, let's meet up at a, you know, neutral territory and we get it in. And they packed it in. It was at a pool hall. Everybody entourage was talking shit. They said, yo, they got busy. They said 2 hours. They said Jay and X went at it for 2 hours. And niggas said, yo, the urban legend is that X got him. They said X bested him. And I believe it because at that time, X could do no wrong. X was, you know, 2 through the pillow because my shit is Brillo. Like, X was different back then.
Even on the backstage joint, when Hov was spitting with X, and X said, I'll put a pinstripe through your windpipe. It was over.
Yeah.
But don't act like my Muslim brother. Don't act like my Muslim brother didn't come in there and kill both of them.
Who need the nutmeg now?
He said my Muslim brother. My good Muslim brother.
He's going to kill both of them. Brother Malik.
I was saying how I was so emphatic about trying to start this podcast because I'm like, my niggas is dope. And we don't get an opportunity, like if we don't put the opportunity in motion for us to tell our own story and our own narrative about all our dope ass stories and wisdom and insight we can lend, like who the fuck else gonna do it?
Right.
That's why I was like, yo, I gotta get this nigga on here and tell his X story because that shit was profound.
That's a fact.
He had the Louis the 13.
Woo, with X. Shout the block. Shout the block.
You with 2 for me.
I can't even tell all the stories. Some of them was vicious. You know what I mean? He used to like to hang out in that crib that smelled like gasoline. Pape used to hang out there too.
He used to come out of the crib that smelled like gasoline. Pape already he already alluded to it already.
You know what I just realized in my older age? That those are pilot stoves and the flame had went out. Bitch ain't like the flame again, but that's a whole nother story. Respectfully. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's 3 of the baddest drinks y'all probably would ever see. It's a grin in here. She like, I don't even know who could touch. She like 10 shades lighter than Jay, but 5 shades lighter than y'all. But she got the greenish gray eyes. Fire.
Close.
Yo.
You gotta hit her with the
fishing. Oh, right.
With the stack.
Yeah.
Nah, she coming real in.
Yo, he did that shit too. He did that shit to a shorty one day at my birthday party in Applebee's.
In the middle of Manhattan.
I think she was from Chicago. This is that after your battle, Pig.
That's a fact.
Remember that day?
That's a fact.
We was in the city?
Yeah, we was in the city.
Shout out to you around.
And y'all came after your battle.
Oh yeah.
And he met some joint from Chicago. He was like, Get over here.
Austin joint. I forgot about that, yo.
He hit him with a long distance fishing rod.
Hell yeah.
I don't even think I called her either. She was right.
She came too.
That was a birthday party. That's a fact. Take care. I forget who was. I just got that. That's the night we was took the picture with actually Charlie Clips and all.
Yeah.
Okay. That's when we got the cosign. Yo, whatever happened to that camera? That camera got some footage on it. Some superior battle rap footage.
Wasn't that your shit?
Probably the closet waiting for you to come check it.
You might be right.
You might be
right. It might have some other footage on it too, nigga. Don't go looking through it. But he said, "Oh man,
damn,
nigga stupid."
So I'm gonna have to log on Mikey over here. What you got this doing? What you in the studio, Pete?
No, I'm in the crib. This is my.
We all in the crib, man.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm on the go. Bang life. Listen, it's this.
I'm building my studio. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Wolf Den is up and running. Oh man, you see the guts of it.
Yeah. So
how long you think you got?
Where?
Huh?
How long you think you got before the studio up and running?
Probably like realistically another 2 months. The Wolf Den is cool. You know, the Wolf Pack. We got the Wolf. So I'm gonna take a picture of me and Kane and then get it crazy.
Yo, did Kane outgrow the sidebar for the people that don't know? We both got 2 huskies. They 2 brothers. Crazy. Did Kane outgrow his little kennel yet?
Yeah, no, I got him a way bigger one.
Yeah, I got to get a bigger one this week. This nigga's huge now.
He's been out doing that shit.
I gotta bring him up there. I gotta bring him up there.
That dog was huge.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
That's my nigga Yukon.
Yeah, nah, Yukon brawler. Ain't check your temperature when you come in the crib.
I don't know why y'all want wolves, man. Do me a favor. Sell all y'all animals, man. I don't know why y'all out here with animals, man. Man was never meant to matter.
You don't see this relaxation? You better get you some animals, ain't you?
Well, my man, what Tony Stark said, man was never meant to mix metally. Y'all was never meant to mix with animals, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Shut your ass up. Shut your ass up.
That's all I'm gonna say, man. I'm gonna hop on my flight.
Safe travels, man. You touching down tonight?
Yeah, man, they already pushed my flight back like an hour and change. I'm tight. Fuck my whole groove up. So ain't nothing to eat in New York either. That's what I'm really heard about. Nothing in this airport and there's nothing open. New York's packed. Florida's lit right now, bro. No masks. Everything's open.
Nigga got
all the joints got canned.
So in other words, this nigga got the Rona.
I mean, listen, that's how God see it fit. Little Rona ain't never hurt nobody.
Stupid.
I had COVID.
You have it, right?
I had that shit. Yeah.
That's a fact.
What time you board?
You seen this nigga?
I'm thinking they boarded now. They should have been boarded.
Oh, where?
The new time for the plane to depart was 9:23. They just opened the door like 2-3 minutes ago. I'm trying to see it up right now. Shit trash. I brought 4 shooters.
Vintage Aura. When is Vintage Aura coming out?
Oh yeah, we're talking entrepreneurship.
Here's the thing, man. I want to do capsule collections, man. So it got to be a moment, right? Yeah. I mean, about to jump the broom, so maybe that's a moment. You know what I mean? I'm engaged. That's a moment.
Oh man,
and we got BT shit.
BT,
we got BT.
I gotta work though. We working. I want my shit like Supreme though. I'm just gonna stamp it. You know what I mean? And keep it. But I do want to design, but I told you what I want to do. I want to do all vintage shit. So I don't know if I'm gonna get it out this summer though. But the fall might be mine. might be moms. They might be calling me the new Dapper Dan or something. You heard?
Yeah, that name is fire too.
Right, good looking, good looking.
Yeah, it is. I gotta give it to him.
This is terrible, bro. This is terrible.
Make sure they got belly on the flight, man. Tell them
Nah, yeah,
put that shit back on the ground. They ain't got belly on the flight.
JetBlue got the Wi-Fi and the wishing for. I'm about to boom out. Yo, don't ever, for the record, don't ever fly Frontier. I didn't know. I never did
Spirit.
Frontier. I just, but yo, it's worse.
Spirit?
Spirit. No, never.
Spirit. Oh, I gotta say,
Every time I
Spirit is
do
the worst shit ever.
I did this shit one time.
Unless Spirit trying to sponsor this podcast, the Spirit eye with me, nigga.
Nah.
Delta's the best.
Nah, JetBlue, bro.
Delta give you the headphones, the snacks, free music.
JetBlue do too. And they got
JetBlue,
Delta,
or American Airlines.
Delta's winning.
Delta ain't even on Wi-Fi.
Nah, yes they do.
Yeah, they do.
Do they
And they give you free headphones.
Do they got the double?
Free headphones and the snacks.
JetBlue make you pay $5 for your headphones.
Speaking of our, if it's the, do you want to say the dawn, the dusk of the bang life? We gotta get into some.
First
we
of
gotta
all,
get into it ain't the bang life rises.
It's the series finale. This is the last series of the Bang Life. Let me let y'all know what's going on right before I board. But it is talking. So going on the world tour. Even if it's dolo, I know y'all in Bang Life retirement homes, but I'm out here.
This nigga, I'm on FaceTime with him.
It's the series.
He tells somebody this nigga was the Bang Life ambassador.
13 years in Bang Life for them. And it's over. But I'm going to have fun. I'm running around. Next trip, DR.
60 points.
Then Hawaii. I'm going to end the tour. I'm going to end the Bang Life tour somewhere nice. I expect y'all to pull up for dinner at least. You know y'all part of the Bang Life?
Yeah, we did.
I'm thinking somewhere nice, man.
Now,
you gotta just have a nice little shorty so we can just Bang Life with our shorties over there, man, because it's over. We done did it all, dog. We all-star, veteran, first team offense. Niggas not gonna act like I done threw some of the most tremendous alley-oops in the history of Bang Life.
Whole lot call for part 2. I might call y'all back when I get on. I gotta board them. Or y'all keep it going. It's in the place, but don't be letting him gas it.
Don't be letting him gas what? The facts?
Hey, let them know who the Bang Life general.
Y'all niggas not going to talk.
You was an ambassador.
You're not going to talk. You're not going to talk greasy. You're not going to talk greasy like niggas wouldn't come downstairs and have pancakes made from something bad and exotic for the whole crib. Ali John, nigga, Chris Paul, J Kid with the rock. Stop.
Banana pancakes.
Jordan endorsement.
He said banana pancakes. They've had nicknames for everything. I remember quick Bang Life story though, real quick. Got nothing to do with me. Ain't gonna say who he had anything to do with. We used to all live together. I come downstairs about 6-something in the morning, 7 in the morning. I'm stepping over half naked women on the floor. Yeah, you just had to be there. This shit, I mean, we don't know.
Allegedly.
Who was there. We don't know who they were there for. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely remember having the, Deion Sanders over motherfuckers in the living room floor. So, it is what it is.
Look, my man got quiet. I'm glad y'all got quiet. I got quiet too. All I'm going to say is, facts.
Listen, man, they could have been there for anybody. We don't.
Jay,
you're right. Yo, let's put a pool together. We gotta get Jay some headphones.
Oh yeah, y'all got my man. Oh man, he's good though.
But Jay, he ain't had nothing to do with it. He's good on this side. Nah, I mean, we talked the Bang Life stuff. We got to remember the audience don't know what the Bang Life was. Niggas was outside from Thursday to Sunday morning.
Sunday morning,
But
Sunday night. We did
Nah,
afternoon.
I never went out Sunday night after mommy and daddy cooked
No,
dinner.
y'all
I was in
did.
the house.
I had every Monday off.
Thursday to Saturday.
That's back when I had 4 days.
That's why I don't like going outside no more. I done did it all. We done did it all that you could do. I'm good. I'm not gonna lie though. I might step out maybe once or this summer when they open up. Other than that, my ass is in the house on the couch, relaxing, trying to rub on the booty.
Oh, head shit.
Oh, word.
Oh, y'all trying to write a movie?
Hell yeah.
Did you say you had to connect? Vanguard, you say you had to connect. Talk about the.
Yeah. We definitely talk. My man wrote something. He wrote something on. He actually wrote Coffee and Kareem on Netflix. Shout out.
Oh, where?
To my man Shane O'Mac.
Yeah.
My man Shane McCarthy. Yeah, he wrote Coffee and Kareem and then shot it.
Yeah, little kid is funny as shit.
But I remember he was trying. He said it to me like 15 years ago. Like, yo, I'm about to write scripts for Hollywood. So watch this. And I mean, it goes back to that perseverance. It goes back to that. Like, nobody believed him back in the day. And when I seen it, I was hitting everybody. Like, yo, y'all motherfuckers, make sure y'all go watch this. My man wrote this.
Weird.
Just about getting started, man. Dollar and Dream.
Yeah.
All right, man. Y'all be safe. I'm about to get on right now.
Yo,
Bro,
safe flight.
All
right, good luck.
Hit me when you touch down, bro. Salud. Salud. That nigga's crazy.
So it's different when we talk. You hear the stories. He was sitting right there in the airport.
That's a fact.
So the stories be real. They be real. He just
we done had some stories, and we probably will get into them in further episodes. What's some other shit that we want to touch on? Yeah, all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? I know Pape got the all black story. We ain't even got to get into all black, but you know, he's like, niggas don't know about the when niggas had on the all black.
Oh yeah.
A whole different ball game. We'll get into that later on, some point down the line, loosely, perhaps not. But any new music drop?
I heard Pooh Shiesty is on fire right now.
Yeah, that's a fact. Belly dropped a new joint with Benny the Butcher. That's type fire.
Nick Bucks, you gotta fuck with Nick Bucks. He dropped like a couple weeks ago.
That's your guy.
Yeah,
I know you fuck with Nick Bucks. So that was a good album. You sent it to me. I enjoyed it. On some R&B shit, you know, I be trying to be on my smooth shit for the part. Miguel dropped some shit. This nigga dropped us. He dropped the album like 4 or 5 years and then dropped it a little 4-piece EP.
4-piece nugget.
Yeah, it was Dealer Chic. I said okay.
So
also another thing aside from music, but it kind of correlates with it because you could drop a song. I don't know if y'all heard about them on NFTs, where
I heard about them shits.
You can basically you can drop a song. You can drop an exclusive song and sell the rights to an individual for a price for a certain period of time. And then they could go and sell or flip. Like, say if you sold it to them, that is what it is. Now it's their product. But you sold it to them for a price. And then now they can buy, sell, trade it like currency. You can do this with artwork. You can do this with, art, digital art, all that. Nah, you good. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Jeezy's trying to sell them their snowman logo.
Yo, this shit is gonna work, man. Like, definitely something where, especially if you already have some sort of fame and notoriety, if you have the ability to, like, think about it. If Wu-Tang came out with like a 30th anniversary Wu-Tang symbol, and then sent that shit off to the highest bidder, and they exclusively own the rights to that, and then sold it for a profit in the come up. Like this shit literally changes the game of ownership. And if you're an artist or you're someone that operates within a creative space, this is something that is a game changer. Which you can do this with content and, you know, all kind of things of that nature. And it's basically uncharted because nothing like this has ever taken place ever. So it's definitely something I want to, you know, get my hands into, get my feet wet with. So
because it's fresh and new.
I saw Jim Jones.
Hell yeah. I love, shout out to Jim Jones, who at one point dudes wasn't taken serious and did. Like they knew he was real deal, but as far as a rap standpoint, I always loved Jim Jones. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. And now, not for nothing, Jim on fire.
Yeah, nah, he dropped like 5 albums.
Been the hottest motherfucker out of Dipset for years now. Yeah. And he makes sound savvy business decisions. I see him moving in the same fashion, and I would put him in the same space, maybe not as lucrative, but in the same space with like a Nas, where they're making very sound investments on a lot of new technology and new markets. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nobody thinking about Ring, doorbell camera. Shit, I got Ring roll in the house just because I heard just because I knew Nas did it. He got the pill pack.
Got a ring
you know what I'm saying?
So he got the ring to the back.
That's what I'm saying.
Really a little studio experience where you don't got to be in the booth for him no more. But
yeah, that's his NFT, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, that's just his virtual joint. He got cryptocurrency and his NFT where he sells the shit that he explained. He just made it seem like anything as far as your intellectual property, you could put on that shit and make a profit. Get stocks created, sell it. It could be anything. It could be a voice. It could be a picture. It could be a video.
Now we on this. I want in on the bag. We got to get in on this, yo. We are too deep in that creative space not to. I invest a little bit. Not too crazy in the Bitcoin. I wish I would have got on years ago. Bitcoin price right now like 60 bands. I think you can pay partial. Anybody privy and savvy with Bitcoin, please tap in the comments. We always looking for a come up. That's why I respect a lot of these, because you got to think about it like this. That also correlates to a lot of these self-improvement, self-education gurus that you see online. You got the Derek Graces. I respect Derek Grace. I love them cats over at I don't know if they based out of Greenberg. I know one of them is from 914. At least they might both be. The Earn Your Leisure cats. I love what they doing over there.
Yeah,
they Wall Street Trapper. I mean, tapping. They really out there dropping jewels for the young, the young demographic, for the young kings and queens. So I would definitely say tune in and tap in with them, yo. But anybody know anything about NFTs, cryptocurrency, please get at us.
Facts.
What else we wanted to touch on?
Yeah,
Where we at? What
else? Building
credit. Whatever. You know me. Open. We can open book it. I don't give a damn.
All right. So have y'all seen that there's going to be legislation? The government passed a $15 million relief of reparations for Asians that are going through hate.
Oh man.
You see that?
Yeah, I saw it. Oh, I saw it. They allocated $50 million for
for like a relief for discrimination in Asian American.
If you experience some sort of hate or discrimination, you can get money that's allocated for. When you think about it in the grand scheme of things, $50 million ain't shit, but think about how long Black people been talking about reparations. So it's not a matter of if they can't pull it off from a logistics standpoint, because obviously they just pull that shit out of nowhere. This Asian hate hashtag movement, and that's not to, minimize or diminish, any discrimination or violence that is going on against any Asian people. I don't want this to be misconstrued
Definitely.
But in the same breath, it's so new and in the infantile stages. The fact that they can allocate $50 million and put it into one secured fund, and they're going to pay out individuals on a case-by-case basis. And then Black people been saying, you know, and reaching for, you know, to be made whole from discrimination, systematic racism. Don't get me started, man. You got medical racism, you got racism in housing, but they always said, you know, we're bankrupt this country. We can't, you know, pull it off. We can't. I would have been fine if they just made a gesture at it. They out here talking about like, yeah, we're ready to have conversations about it, but you're not ready to put your money where your mouth is. And that's sad. And it kind of shows you the state of affairs that this country is in. And it's tragic, so to speak. Excuse me.
Yeah. I mean, we always, I feel like historically, they always told us to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. But I think now more than ever,
always.
With the entrepreneurial spirit that
slavery, get over it.
The new generation has, the information is out there to where you don't even need that. We can build our own. The information is out there. Everybody on this podcast has a business. Back then, that wasn't even possible. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a fact.
We're gonna elevate regardless.
Automatically. Now, did you see? Now, you know how? Have you seen that Google is offering almost like? Have you guys seen any of the master classes where you can take these classes on YouTube and pay for that? Now Google is offering you education in certain realms and certain avenues and lanes for a percentage of the price, opposed to going, because now they're starting to realize like we need a lot more people with skills, and less people are going to college. They're learning a lot of stuff on their own and experience and, you know, stuff like that. And it's like, University. At the end of the day, Google, that's what I'm saying. Google just basically did, and I mean, I got a tremendous amount of respect to anybody that's conventionally educated, college, formally educated, any of that. Much love and respect to you. Couldn't do it, didn't do it, but God bless you. Now I feel like Google just kind of watched the trends of what was going on in the markets and, you know, Instagram and all these other places with, you know, these people being like, yo, $500, I tell you how to, you know, flip houses, whatever the case may be. And they was dropping this knowledge. And so now Google's like, nah, we peep what y'all doing, because y'all really out here getting some paper. Like, so watch how this big corporate machine get behind this and show you how we do it. Because they can mom and pop wholesale the whole shit, like, you know, Walmart, so to speak.
Facts.
And you know, disseminate all kind of information and skill sets at a much cheaper rate than, you know, Derek Gray.
Also,
or, you know,
you gotta realize also that me being, I'm like a Google as far as YouTube, like I taught myself how to produce, how to edit videos, all that shit between Google and YouTube. So I also see this as a move for them to be like, all right, I see they're getting a lot of free game here. We're gonna concentrate it, give y'all specific degrees of what y'all looking for, so it's all in the ballpark, and y'all gotta pay for that. Because a lot of the times when you Google and you YouTube and you just kind of shooting in the dark, typing what you think you're looking for, but you don't actually know. So they just condensing that information.
And they giving you the syllabus.
Word.
So I think that's dope. But, you know, I also think, you know, deal with small businesses. Go get that paper. A lot of brother men out here, you know, dropping jewels.
At the other man.
No. I wasn't going to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, I mean, get down with whoever is doing right by you and your people. I don't give a damn what color it is, because there are some people, you know, of opposite and other communities that you could really make some impact with. And there's also people in your community that you can do that with. So I don't think you should, you know, general stance, I think as a community, we do need to focus more inward opposed to outside approval looking for outside guidance, whatever the case may be. We need to get us right and then move forward. And I feel like right now, you know, a lot of men and women aren't on the same page. You know what I'm saying? And that shows in relationships, that shows in, you know, divorce rates, that shows in, you know, just the lack of the nuclear family, you know, and
times change too.
That's what I'm saying. It's a little different dynamic, but we got to get back to something that, you know, educate and resembles what. Go ahead, brother.
Speaking of the dynamic, I know you want to touch base on the dude that's making a lot of noise, giving his opinion, Kevin Samuels. You say you want to.
The Godfather.
Also seen touching base on how we spoke about the Joe Budden podcast earlier, how they may be doing something or in the works with having an interview. We also
first and foremost, shout out to both of those podcasts, those platforms. I think they do a tremendous amount of good, regardless of whether people like the delivery or not. They both present a lot of great information. Sometimes it goes to that old adage, that old saying of listen to the message, not the messenger. You know what I'm saying? And I think people get caught up in society now with it being so soft and easily offended that you being a straight talker and being direct and saying what you need to say is almost frowned down upon. It's almost politically incorrect now. You know what I'm saying? So
I think you got to order it down a little.
I mean, but do we really have to?
No.
You know what I'm saying? That's that, you know, that's that man platform. That's them people that's calling in. They know what he about. They know his stance. They know how he operates. So he really don't have to do nothing now because people are still showing up knowing, you know, how the platform is ran. I think both of them brothers are doing a tremendous job. But that's my personal opinion.
I think at the end of the day, this is America. So, you know, freedom of speech will always be important. And the people that push that envelope and have the uncomfortable conversations is definitely who you want to tap in with, because it gives you a wider spectrum when you're not playing it safe. You're just speaking your mind. It opens conversations to really get to know, you know, what's going on, as opposed to just trying to fit a narrative or fit into what society should be canceled. You know what I'm saying? So people who have those tough conversations are definitely should take it. Both brothers.
You just said something major right there too. The cancel culture. I feel like they be canceling people for the wrong shit sometimes.
They cancel Pepe Le Pew, bro. Like cartoon.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just
literally
out of control.
When you break it down and understands, but then it's like, you know, you realize there was always subliminals in older things, from Little Rascals. Buckwheat used to be eating watermelon. Like there was always subliminals in all of these things. But it's also a real thing. Like we can't cancel it just because it was a part of our, you know, history that we frowned on. We learned from that, but we have to know that this is where we came from in order to do better. You can't just act like it never existed. That's
valid. Definitely valid.
You got to deal with it.
Definitely a valid point. Speaking of which, I definitely look forward to whatever collaboration Joe Budden and Kevin Samuels have.
Yeah, that's
like
gonna
I
be
said,
fun. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be some unbelievable content when it comes out, if it comes to fruition. I hope that shit don't end up being like Dre's Detox album. We gonna be seeing it for fucking X amount of years and shit. But
I gave up on that, just like Joel Santana, man. They keep saying, just like fuck.
Now, in regards to the Joe Budden podcast, I've been watching it since it was Rory and Mal, and I've now that they're not on the show for whatever. They're being real tight-lipped about what it was, but I remember watching it and seeing that the energy and the dynamic was off between Joe and Rory, and it kind of was throwing Mal off a little bit. And then the following week, they just wasn't there at all. Now,
did you hear the actual clip? Did you hear the actual clip of where the mishap happened?
when he said, "Yo, let's fight."
Yeah. And Joe
But
Budden
he had
was
been
never
saying
told like
that.
that to my friend. He said, "Yo, what if I'm not your friend?"
I saw that part, but he had been leading up to that for like 2 weeks, and I'm like, "Yo, what is up with Rory? Keep trying to invite Joe to fight and all this other shit." And he said, recently Joe said, that they spoke, and it was like, "Yo, kind of like some chump shit that we over here having to deal with this." And he's like, "Yo, don't you wish we just fought and got it out the way?" And he's like, "Nigga, like I really don't be trying to fight my friends, but if that shit would have made this better," he was like, "I'd have fought you and then fought Mal, or I would have fought both you niggas at the same time if it would have made us get back on good terms." So I understand. To me, it's asinine. I don't know what if somebody ain't smash your wife and no crazy shit like that. Like, y'all established this platform. It has grown, blossomed, and blew up. And then as soon as it blow up and they start getting all kind of paper, now the personality clash. And to keep it a band with you, I don't know these niggas from nothing. I know Joe Budden. I don't know Rory and Mal from a goddamn thing, and that's no shade to them. I don't. I know Mal got some sort of connection to Griselda and, Rockefeller, and, Rock Nation, whatever. I know hip hop is his manager or whatever. But other than that,
maybe
I feel like they blew up and got their prominence from being on the Joe. Well, I mean, God bless you, because they got mad. It's Joe Budden's podcast, but it ain't the Rory or Mal podcast featuring Joe Budden. So yeah, your shit is that hot. Go make another one. But Mal said he not returning though when they asked him.
So, yeah, maybe he wanted to start his own shit.
Good luck with that.
Like that, if you don't know, because they being tight-lipped, which should be.
But Charlemagne, I'm not gonna hold you though. Charlemagne predicted it. Charlemagne predicted it like 2 years ago. 3 years ago, he was like, it was all of them there. It was the Joe Budden's podcast, and it was on Charlemagne's podcast. And he had said, "Joe, I know you. I know how you be. How you be getting. I know how you be. Fucking shit up, whatever the case may be." And he looked at them like, "Why would y'all niggas let him name this the Joe Budden's podcast?" And I was just like, "Oh shit, I gotta send y'all the clip." But it's pretty interesting. I said everything Charlemagne pretty much said might have been pretty spot on. But then also, Mal said he sent like an emoji joking at, Magic Johnson, saying it was like, "Oh, you got that shit?" And it was like, "Nah." But it said like, "Are you coming back?" And he was like, "Nah," with like Magic Johnson face on it. But then Drake recently, within the last couple of days, kind of clowned Rory. And I know the industry was kind of hinting like they had some sort of, phantom beef going on. But Drake came out and kind of clowned Rory. I can't remember what platform or how he released it. I mean, and Joe was in earshot of it, and he didn't defend Rory in it. So I was just like, oh, maybe they really is, at odds like that. So who knows? I wish them much success.
I didn't know that. That's new news to me. I didn't even know Drake was.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, so
that's crazy.
I don't know if a woman involved or something. I don't know what's involved, but something is going on with the show. I hope it works out. But like I said, I do enjoy the new cast that he has on now. They're his actual genuine boys, and it's good to see, people chopping it up and building with that chemistry. So.
Yeah. So, also, shout out to speaking of podcasts, shout out to Wallow. I follow Wallow 267.
Oh man, $1 million worth of game. Shout out and salute. Yeah, I met Gil one time. We was at the I met him at the Deontay Wilder fight at the Barclays. That nigga cool as fuck, man. Yo, Gilly is good people, man. Good people. I love what they got going on over there. That's on what network? Barstool?
Yeah, Barstool.
That's on Barstool. Yeah.
$1,000 for game. That shit fire.
That's a good podcast, man. They be having. I think they had G-Herbo on recently, but
yeah, he had Funk Flex on that, and Funk Flex said that Drake is more prominent in the list of the greatest of all time than Jay-Z. He passed Jay-Z. That's what
I thought
in this generation
at one point wasn't.
He's talking about all time. He's talking about all time. My generation.
I have to really say
crazy because.
Now,
I'm gonna let y'all take a. Go ahead.
Let me ask you. Can you think Drake could survive in that Jay-Z area, like in 97, 98?
Nah, because Drake is too sentimental.
His style.
That's what I'm saying.
His style
wasn't what
wasn't
it was
welcome
back
in.
then.
But hold on.
Jay-Z literally predicted the coming of Drake, where he said the next rapper gonna be sentimental and singing and shit, and that was Drake. Like he was the opposite of what that era was. So that's why.
Yeah. That's why I say
and
this area.
And he's still. I'm gonna keep it a band with you. Yeah, he in tune with his shit. You know, women love him for that. He's not the hardest nigga, but he's not soft, and he be coming with it. And they, you know, they try to make it like, you know, he had a ghostwriter. He never wrote none of his shit. Drake definitely wrote a lot of his shit. He might have had guidance with the flow. Somebody might have wrote a hook here. Somebody might have wrote a song here. But at the end of the day, he's cooked some niggas that are hard. And it's kind of like, think about it. This nigga been in a top tier conversation for well over a decade. I remember when Drake first hit the scene. It was like before my daughter came in the world.
He never fell off yet.
And he ain't been off yet. Like, you might be like, yo, that album wasn't as hard as the last one. But he's doing his numbers. Everything got a knock. And he always got, like, I feel like, and now I'm good. Now we're going to get into our music bag. Because this is also, we love to critique. Everybody here loves music. So now we in that music bag now.
Get it.
I feel like now, in this day and age, when Drake is in his lemon pepper wings freestyle, his Western Road flows,
okay,
his Do Not Disturb, his Tuscan leather, when he's in that mode, I don't see nobody fucking with him. Because he get to talking.
I agree.
In that shit, and then putting that money behind that money bag, and he gets in his zone, and the motherfucker get that Bruce Leroy glow. I really don't see too many people fucking with him when he goes in that Super Saiyan mode. And you really have to be a fan of hip hop to see how he switches gears and goes into that bag, and then he reverts and he goes into some shit that the women is gonna love. Then he revert and he went to it might be some international shit. He might sound Jamaican 1 minute. He might, you know, do a song with each on it. But when when he's operating in that form, he's in his most purest bag. He's in his purest form, and he's a specialist with it. You know what I'm saying? His shit is surgical. And so I think Drake is tremendous. And I think he got it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Right now, Drake got it.
The whole thing that brought up this conversation was he was in conversations with surpassing Jay-Z. Do you think he passed Jay-Z?
I think before it's all said and done, absolutely. Because Jay-Z been rapping the last 10 years too, and Drake ain't never faded into obscurity and fell off. He's always been in that top tier conversation. Ain't nobody else really in that. And I mean, hold on. There's a lot of people. I'm a super fan of music. There's a lot of people that do some tremendous shit, and I love what they do. I love what Griselda does. I love what Pusha does. I love Meek. Drake, though, I don't know, fam. Drake he's just a different kind of monster. And when he has that competition coming at him, he gets in a different zone. I've yet to see him. You keep waiting for him to be soft and cower in the face of adversity of niggas trying to press him, and it don't really happen. The nigga was beefing. He was beefing with Diddy at one point. So he definitely be on his Clash of the Titans shit, and he be holding on records with Hov. Do we not hold his own?
No, he definitely does.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't. With this the sounding board here, we can all have different perspectives on shit.
So, Twin, you would put him on your top 10?
Drake would make my top 10. And my top 10 would consist of some fucking greats. He might be rounding out to 10 or 11, but
who is your top 10?
Well, let's do it. No particular order. I mean, I could do the order later, but no particular order. Nas, Jay, Pun, Push, Benny, Ghost, Raekwon, X, Big L. I said Hov.
Yeah, you said Hov.
I already said Nas. I already said Pac. I didn't say Pac. I take Pac before I take Raekwon. But I would say Drake would be like top 15, top 10, 15.
Okay, because you didn't say
gotta understand. I just did. That's what I said. I said I would have to
you
take.
said nah. Drake wouldn't have made the top 10.
He'd probably be 11, 10, 11. If I retweak the list, he could make 10. I would say that niggas would have to give me top 15 to make it Drake. But we're not gonna act like Drake don't got it. He has an extensive musical catalog. It's kind of like
how long of his time?
Ross. Ross has had everything come at him to try to foil him, and he's always been on point.
Persevered.
And I love all kind of music. Like, I would also have to put niggas like Ye. Niggas would sound crazy, but Ye really speak his truth. You have to put him in that like top 15 range too. Because that motherfucker really do it. That's what I'm saying. He be talking his talk. And then you look at, don't get me started, man. Get out here, start dating myself. Don't get me started, man.
Who's your top 10? Who's your top 10?
No order, like Twin said. I'll have to go Jay, Nas, Fab, Jada.
I ain't even seen that. It's too hard to make a list, man.
Yeah, X, LL.
Niggas don't give L enough credit.
Jay-Z. I don't know if I said him. Big Pop.
Yeah.
Wayne, Nas.
Ooh, what year was that when Wayne was in his rap bag? You know the exact time frame on
it was like 02 to 05.
Wayne was in his bag. That motherfucker could went in the booth blindfold and gagged and still came out with a hit.
It was like probably 05.
Yeah.
He was out of control. Everything that came out at that point,
06.
I'm not gonna hold you. Wayne was the greatest rapper alive at that point.
Yeah, he was the one.
He was like he was on Super Saiyan. Like he was operating in a different space than anybody else at that time. That was that Mr. Carter bag, the dedication bag, the
Go DJ, Fire
the We Taking Over.
Hustler music.
Yo, he went off on all that.
Yeah, he went off on that shit.
What was the other one? The money joint. The
Make It Rain.
Oh my god!
Make It Rain.
Nah, he did that too.
On,
you ever heard that? Speaking of which, hold on with the Make It Rain. Did y'all hear the story about Jim Jones wanting to get at Wayne for stealing his chorus?
Oh yeah, stealing the hook
from one of the men.
Yeah,
I hear this.
Yeah, you got to go and listen to that.
Yeah, you said you stole the whole shit.
Remember Stack was on the chorus, the Weatherman.
Yeah,
Weatherman with the money, I make it rain on him. Oh man, hold on.
Rest in peace, Stack.
Bundles. R.I.P. Chinks. Those is two niggas that if they was alive today, and I will say this like this, Stack Bundles had the skill set, he had the charisma, the swag, and the business. I feel like he had the business know-how. He was next up. I feel like if he, and he had the, you know what I mean? No mook shit, pause. He had that appeal that women would look for. You know what I'm saying? So I think if he was out now,
Squad up.
man, I think Drake's career would have been on a different trajectory. Like he still would have been on point, but I think Stack would have disrupted it a little bit. That's my personal opinion. That's my humble opinion. I was a very talented brother. Life snuffed out too short. Him and Chinks. I love Chinks too, man. I love everything.
That's my
especially
guy.
when Chinks was in that Coke Boys wave and French was and a Chinks feature with French over a Harry Fraud beat. You can do no fucking wrong, man. That shit is about as good as Mobb Deep over some Alchemist shit. So I'm telling you, don't get me started in this music bag, man. I feel like a fucking hip hop historian. Sidebar though, have y'all been seeing what the brother has been doing with these little mini series IGTV, little docu-series joints, giving you little hip hop information? It's an older cat. The name escapes me. He's from Harlem. He did like the whole Harlem series and told you how all of Harlem got on in the rap game and who was cool with who went to school with who, and then how Queens beefing with Brooklyn. I'm like, yo, and then how it correlated to the music. When I find this page, I'll put it in a group chat. The shit is impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Now let me ask y'all a question.
Go ahead.
Name your top 5 female rappers.
Ooh, Rem. Fox, Rem, Kim, Eve, MC Light.
That's a good one.
Right,
Nigga sleep on MC. MC Light is the truth. And I was little.
I'm gonna say
I had to go back and listen to the shit.
I'm gonna say Kim.
Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Queen Latifah.
Damn.
I knew you was gonna say Queen Latifah.
Yo. She would have to be sick.
You gotta let her know. You ain't a bitch. So who you calling a bitch?
The bitch. Yo, that. Oh my god, that shit was so hard. Did you hear it? Yo, she came out with a record this year. Did y'all hear it? Or last year? With her and Kiss.
I ain't hear it.
Fam.
It's fire.
I said, yo, Queen Latifah ain't no joke. Somebody posted a video of it. I said, yo, this shit is hard. I went and downloaded the song immediately. I'm gonna put all that shit in the group.
Yeah, so I said Kim, Queen Latifah, Lauryn Hill.
She's a rapper?
Oh.
Lauryn Hill's a rapper.
I mean, L Boogie's a rapper.
Yeah.
Okay.
How you gonna win if you ain't right within? How you gonna win? Come again. What? That Miseducation Lauryn Hill was fire.
Yeah.
So who else is that? That's Kim, Queen Latifah, Lauryn Hill. Let's see. MC Light.
I'm gonna find that thing for you.
Remy.
That's a good one too.
What about you?
I got No Order, Missy Elliott.
Ooh.
Yeah, forgetting Missy.
Ooh.
It's my window. I can't stand no way.
Or I would say Missy, Eve, Kim,
it's a K Slay record.
Remy.
I bet.
Who else? Let me see. And Eve.
You said Eve already.
Oh, I said Eve already?
Yeah.
Well, I'll go with Lauryn Hill. Sir. That was 5, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
We gotta get to the point where we could just be playing music and all kind of shit. So I could reference this shit right here. But I'm gonna find it. That shit is lit. I want to say it's K Slay, Kiss, Queen Latifah, and then what was the other thing I was looking for? Homie. when I find his page, y'all gonna love that shit because it gives a whole. He's like a hip hop historian. The shit is beautiful. How he operates. That was a dope ass top 5 though. Missy Elliott, Queen Latifah, definitely.
This podcast is sponsored by Hennessy.
Shout to Hennessy. Shout to some rock. I mean, I'm on my clear for that night, but yeah, man.
Very special.
But I mean, we got any more subjects, or we trying to wrap it up? What we doing? Let's see. Because there will always be more.
Yeah,
Lord.
So I guess
Can't do all in one shot. I mean, I can have nothing for
And wrapping it up, what could they look forward to? You know what I'm saying? You know what we got coming up, what we touching on, the topics, and what we talking about.
Listen, man, this is a space, a platform for everything that the culture encompasses, from music to business relationships, personal relationship, personal growth, goals, everything. Just personal anecdotal stories.
You could talk about good books to read and all of that.
Real shit.
Yeah.
Listen.
Definitely have a book club. Book club is fire.
Word.
Yeah, don't get me started. Don't get me started. I'm on my book a month challenge right now. Currently, trying to finish up Way to Superior Man, which was actually on Nipsey's list.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
You were contagious?
Way of this.
The orange junk, yeah, I read that. That's what inspired Passion Over Pain.
Yeah.
Might have to borrow that, you heard?
Yeah, I haven't read it yet, but yeah. No,
download
Audible too. I mean, I'm reading like 2 things at a time. So you can definitely borrow it. So I'll be going back and forth. I'm telling you, Audible too. Make sure y'all get out there and get your Audible accounts, man. Because when you driving, walking, listening to music, take a walk, ride a bike, whatever the case may be, man. Put that shit in, listen to some podcasts, listen to something that helps self-improvement. We may not be perfect, but we always trying to strive to be better, man. And all you can do is be better than the person you were previously. So with that, greet you in the same way I leave you. Peace, love, salute. I'll give it up. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Love.